gets back to the show line, he'll go into the right edge. 5 and 6 and 7. He'll do the 8-point roll. Now, this airplane does not have an inverted fuel and oil system. In other words, it's not equipped to fly upside down for any extended period of time. So frequently, when he holds it in the inverted, that fuel will build up in there, and you'll hear that airplane backfire, and a great big stream of fire will come out of it. But don't worry, that's all part of it. Coming back into show center, the super slow roll, which looks a whole lot easier. There it is. Don't be frightened. That's okay. The super slow roll looks a lot easier to do than it really is. And John is going to climb away there at the western end of the field and just gain a little bit of altitude there. I want to tell you that the controls of this airplane are extremely heavy, and in many of his aerobatic maneuvers, he has 2 hands on the stick trying to get that thing to do what he wants it to do. So he's getting a workout in that airplane today. Okay, climbing for a little bit of altitude there, because altitude translates into airspeed, and altitude and airspeed are an aerobatic pilot's best friend. So coming back into show center now, airspeed. Let's see what he's going to do this time. Okay, up he goes. Pushes the plane over on its back, and from that 45-degree line, this is a reverse jubilate. Jubilate done in a reverse from what he did previously. And up he goes. Again, rolls the airplane from that 45-degree up line over on its back, completes 5/8 of the loop, and completes the reverse jubilate. The first time. Straight up, 90-degree turn to take him across the top. Again, taking the airplane up. Quarter turn, we're looking at the bottom of the airplane now. There's the hammerhead turn. Yeah, we need to put a little music in there for you. Watch this wonderful performance. John's going to climb to about 1,000 feet over the airport now, just to gain a little bit of altitude, getting ready for his next maneuvers. As we mentioned, in 1975, John purchased this airplane and restored it. A total of 7,000 Stearmans were built between 1927 and 1948, 3,000 of which were built as primary trainers for the Army, Air Corps, and Navy during World War II. High above us. That's a snap roll into Stearman, folks, so there's another one. You can see it outlined in that beautiful Abbotsford sky today. As he heads back down towards the ground, pulls up. Rolls the airplane, and that big, heavy airplane isn't going to go much higher than that as he lets it drop back down through the smoke in the maneuver they call the tail slide. Spins the airplane on the way down. Coughs just a little bit there. As we mentioned, that airplane does not like to fly upside down for any extended period of time. John pulls away from the show area now to the west. 220 horsepower. A lot of these were converted to 450 horsepower Stearmans, but John prefers this 220 horsepower airplane. Look at him almost stop that big heavy airplane in the sky. And look now as the airplane starts to make its way down to the ground. This is the famous falling leaf maneuver. They actually trained them in this because when the engine failed, this is the way that they taught the students to get the airplane back down to the ground. A little different from what they do today. The falling leaf maneuver. Now, how low is he going to get before the falling leaf gets powered again and takes off? About right there. Whoa, wheels right on the turf. John Mohr in the beautiful falling leaf maneuver. Operating very close to the ground here at Abbotsford today as he pulls away with beautiful Mount Baker in the background. Gets himself into a repositioning turn and comes back into the show area. Pulls back on the stick, rolls the airplane 180 degrees to invert it. wags the wings a little bit there in salute. He calls this the harried pass. Sean Tucker, those of you who know Sean Tucker, he calls it the Harrier pass. Look at how close he is to the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable with that big Stearman airplane. John Mohr in the harried pass. Whoa. He's waving, folks. Just side slipping that airplane. Once again, you're looking at the bottom of the aircraft now, folks.
How do you pull that off?
Doing it the other way, giving you a look at the bottom side. Now, I have seen a few Stearman acts, but I have never seen anybody do this except him. In a totally stock airplane. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing done to that airplane that wasn't done to it when it was new in 1943. Thank you so much for bringing that amazing airplane to the Abbotsford Airshow in 2010.